To Smithsonian Institute curator Robert Meekish, the Enola Gay is an important artifact.
The historical significance of the Enola Gay, of course, is that it is the airplane that dropped the bomb in Japan that ended, what we like to think, ended World War II, and of course it did.
But peace activist Gary Mummert doesn't see this plane that way.
I personally do not believe that the bomb was necessary to end the war. History hasn't closed the books on that yet.
Strong and differing opinions have accompanied the Enola Gay since it began its flight into history on August 6, 1945.
The atomic bomb was carried up in the forward bomb bay up here.
An atomic bomb, nicknamed Little Boy, was loaded into the belly of the Enola Gay. The plane flew to Japan and dropped its payload over the city of Hiroshima. The world changed that day, and Baltimore resident Jacob Beeser was there to witness it.
When I got to the window, that city was gone. I saw this boiling mass of debris, which was spreading, and I saw fires breaking out on its periphery as it spread. The destruction had to have been enormous. And of course, the loss of life that went along with it had to have been great.
Now, 42 years later, the Enola Gay sits in a warehouse in Suitland, Maryland. The plane is being restored. Eventually, the Smithsonian will put it on display.
You can see where people scratch their names and dates and where they're from and things like that.
For Restoration Crew Chief Carl Heinzel, it's painstaking work for he and his crew to erase the ravages of time and neglect. It will take another 3 to 5 years of meticulous attention to detail to bring back this original B-29, but the Enola Gay is a special plane. For Jacob Beeser, it is important because of the memories it triggers. For him, it's the memory of a young soldier successfully carrying out the orders of his government.
At the time we went to Hiroshima and Nagasaki, it was the thing to do. We were preparing for an invasion of Japan, and the Japanese had already demonstrated a will to die, to fight to the death. I think it was a height of fallacy to believe that they were going to quit in another couple of weeks if we did nothing.
Superpowers, thermonuclear destruction, hotspots, Cold Wars, the arms race. The Enola Gay is responsible for delivering the world to the dawn of a new age.
There have been occasional bomb threats on the airplane.
Emotions can run high in this nuclear age, war and peace, right or wrong. Some people are very interested in how the decision to use nuclear weapons will be remembered by generations to come.
Our concern is that this airplane will become a symbol of a glorification of America's firepower and our willingness to use nuclear weapons.
Storm clouds could be brewing. Gary Mummert, as a member of the Southern Prince George's County Peace Action, has already proposed that the Enola Gay be displayed as a peace memorial dedicated to the victims of Hiroshima. It's an idea that the Smithsonian has rejected.
We will do our best to label things as to what they were and to not rewrite history. We will record things as they actually happened and leave it up to the visitor to make up their own mind as to the context that they see the various objects to be in.
Like the memories it triggers, there may be controversy over the way that the Enola Gay is allowed to sit in history. But one thing seems certain: it will not be forgotten.
What did you actually feel as a result of the explosion? A terrible...
Well, there was a shock wave that came up. In fact, there was 2 of them, and each one was more like a nearby anti-aircraft fire burst. It rattled the skin and shook the air. It's a real artifact of an age that we can't help but remember, and we did it. And it's not what you think about it now, but it's what it reminds you not to do again. I think the average American on the street shudders when he hears his government speak of thermonuclear exchange, nuclear holocaust. I don't think any man in his right mind, I don't care what his political persuasion or otherwise is, really looks forward to something like that.